Hello, my name is Teissen, and this is the third episode of my series called Fretboard Basics. In today's video we are going to further develop our fretboard orientation skills. Whereas the first two episodes can be applied to basically any kind of string instrument, this episode is especially made for electric bass, acoustic bass, or double bass. What is an octave? An octave is a certain distance between two notes or pitches. We've learned that in music we use a series of letters, and this series repeats itself. An octave is the distance from a certain letter to the point where the same letter appears again. For example, if we choose the note A, playing the alphabet A, B, C, D, E, F, G, there will be a higher A. So the distance between the low A and the high A is called an octave. On a 4-string bass, there are 4 ways to play an octave. Let's start with the note G, which is the 3rd fret on your lowest string. The first way to play an octave would be adding 12 frets and play it on the same string, which is the 15th fret. The second way is playing it on the neighboring string by adding 7 frets. Thirdly, you can play it on the next string by skipping 1 string and adding 2 frets. So 3 plus 2 equals 5. And the fourth way to play an octave is as follows. You have to skip 2 strings and subtract 3 frets. And since we start with the 3rd fret, 3 minus 3 equals 0, and the resulting note is an open string, basically. In our exercise, we practice all 4 ways of playing an octave. We start with the G sharp on the 4th fret, play it 2 times, and then we play the G sharp an octave higher 2 times. First in the first way of playing octaves, then in the second way using the second way of playing octaves, third way, and so on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Our next exercise is very similar to the previous one, but there are two main differences. First, we start from the 5th fret, so this note is called A, playing a low A and a high A. But the second difference is we don't play the lower note, we don't play the starting note, so we just play the high A's, and we play them 2 times on every string, starting with the E string, going upwards, and playing this exercise backwards again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we've just discovered how to play unisons. What's a unison? A unison is also distance between 2 notes, 2 pitches. But different to an octave, where the same letter appears again at a higher pitch. Here it's the same, exactly the same letter, the same pitch. So unison is the distance between 2 instances of the same note, of the same pitch. Starting from the lower strings, going up to the higher ones, in order to play unisons, we have to subtract 5 frets and play to find the note on the neighboring string. Starting from the higher strings, going down to the lower ones, we have to, of course, add 5 frets. 2 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. Let's sum up what we've learned so far. We've learned to play octaves and to play unisons. If we play unisons, we have to subtract 5 frets when starting from the lower strings. When we play octaves on the neighboring string, we have to add 7 frets. So starting from a C, we can play the same C in unison by subtracting 5 frets, or play the C in octaves. By adding 7 frets. Having learned how to play octaves and unisons, especially on neighboring strings, you might want to go back to exercise 3 again, which is the last exercise in the first episode of Fretboard Basics. I'm sure that this exercise won't be that difficult any longer. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Visit my website www.timteissen.net. All the best. See you soon.